Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 3 of Thebes. That's the name of the formerly Greek city-state, now regional power, which we just rose up just as fast as Rome did. Which Rome, however, they do not have a casus belli over, well, they do have it on this part, so what I would hope that the Romans better stay off of our side of the world, but who are we to challenge them? Look at their manpower. They're ready. But if they don't get their act together, they could have a civil war. Must still go against weaker nations such as Athena, Brutia, Croton, and go further down and fight against Carthage, as well as the rest of the whole Italian peninsula. But here in Thebes, we've made considerable gains on this great war that got us to have a high aggressive expansion, which it's going to take a long time for it to go down, but well, it's going to take us a while, so hey, I know our manpower's a bit wasted after this long, hard-fought war, but all I can say is, well, we did what we set out to do, so we can have a rest, and if I was to expand somewhere, then it's likely going to be the Peloponnese. And maybe perhaps them, you know, these guys are potential troublemakers. These, Illyrians, right? They're Illyrians, yes, Hellenic. They're not Greeks, by any stretch of imagination. But we would like to have the rest of Aetolia and, Epirus to be part of us. Even though it is technically part of Greece, but we can't know that for certain. And there's what's left of the city-state of Athens. When we fought against the Theban Kingdom, indirectly, and we made separate peace deals with the Nasiotic League and Athens, they kind of lost their control. So they have no, and I repeat, no feudatories in mainland Greece. Their influence has weakened, though they do have a few alliances there, namely what's left of Aetolia, Epidaurus, and Sparta. So don't mess with them. Not yet, at least. And now they're dealing with the Cappadocians, as they still have not recovered the manpower after this series of wars, which I believe that the Antagonids are now suffering for it. And the Seleucid Empire, what the... You made considerable gains, yes, but you wanted the coastal holdings, so you got your navy, even though most of the navy's in actuality is down there. Yeah, that's problematic of you. I'm sure, Egypt, they do not have any alliances in mainland Greece, so Antigonid influence isn't totally gone from Greece yet. And plus they have two small islands in their presence in Attica, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Well, one thing we do know is that the Nasiotic Leagues, now that they're free, are about to have a civil war. And plus we fought against them. They considered us liberators, but they do not like us because of our extremely high aggressive expansion, which I would say, do not worry. This episode is about a period of peace, for the time being, so... Alright, let's bring these forts down. That's more like it. We'll keep this fort because strategic location relating to the Peloponnese. We'll keep it here because it's bordered with Talantia, which could be our next potential threat. Keep one here because it's the city. Keep one because that's our capital. Keep one because it's Athens. Megara due to relative proximity of this region. So, yeah, we're well protected from any part of the front. And thanks to the money that we've gained due to bringing down fortifications and loots and enslaving prisoners, which, by the way, well, get to work. But don't overdo it, alright? Just pick the ones that are more valuable. There has to be at least 9 or more. Man, these are all crap. Oh, here it is. Nobody's disloyal, so it's fine. These are some crap people. If we had our tyranny all the way down, which matter of fact, 0.21 every month? That's brilliant. It's all thanks to the charisma of Hippostratos and the fact that, well, I better get myself treated then. Need to get rid of this dysentery just to get my charisma up a little. So we can get the tyranny down faster before we enslave any prisoners that are still here. What else can we import? If we bring in more marble, that's even less tyranny. I'm all for it. We can get the steppe horses, which I don't think we need horse archers this time, nor camel cavalry, but it adds up to the province commerce. Good. But we got enough iron, so there's no reason. Got any salt? No? Nobody's got honey. If we had more fish, that's national freedom and happiness, which I don't think we really need that. It's part of our Theban heritage. Theban. I don't know why I keep saying Theban, but clearly it ain't. Perhaps something to do with more slave happiness. Don't we already have olives? No, we don't. So let's bring in olives from Aetolia, which isn't going to do much for us. Importing it from within. Come on, think. Okay, marble it is then. From Egypt. Oh, anyways. After that period of decision making. Okay, they're speaking of decision making. Restore Laurian Ironworks. That's in Thoricos, as you can see. The iron mines of Laurian shall serve us better than petty tin and copper. It is high time we reorder the focus of our people in Thoricos. The ancient mines at Thoricos will only pull up lead and silver, with demand at hand for more harder bellicose metals, and the nearby mines of Laurion seem the ripe target for industrial expansion. Pulling in a few favors might be costly, but the yield is sure to prove worthwhile. War is a harsh mistress. It will now produce iron, and Thoricos changes its name to Laurion. Bingo. More iron here. And it would be wise to import some of this here. some more fish. Got a bunch of surplus of iron thanks to here. This needs wood. Be all shut, damn it. Somewhere not here. Not here. Papyrus. This'll do. How about over here? How about some vegetables? Or as my friend once said, my real life friend once said, veggie tables. Nothing here. Nothing here. Bringing a total of 3.5 a month. And since we're in a period of peace and we don't expect war, lower the port maintenance. And it's going to take a long time for the military to recover, so I guess army maintenance down as well. Alright. Now approach kindred. Thebes may convince other similarly governed Hellenistic countries to become their subjects. Only those that exist when this task is completed will be approached. There are other Greek states which share our tradition and government. We should try to convince them that submitting to our leadership is the only way to ensure our continued freedom. I'm looking at you, fellow Grecian, fellow monarch, but however you're aristocratic, not, you know. Because one day I would love to get you in as a feudatory, not tributary. You're too valuable for us. Anyways. Let's do it. Call for unity. There are other Greek states who share our values and would fit easily into our growing organization of cities. Like all Greeks, they are proud and must be convinced, but it is clear the Greeks are stronger together, even if some must surrender direct control. We must convince them to stop our squabbles. So, Basileus Hippostratus will commence preparing diplomatic overtures. Here's some money. Alright. Let's hope some of the Peloponnese better come to our side. Because Thebes, everyone else, gotta stick together. No matter what happens. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue this period of peace, which has already begun now. You're just delaying the inevitable. It's going to take a while for everything to go down. Tyranny and aggressive expansion. So from now on, this is a period of recovery, peace, and economy. And we may build some more buildings here in Thebes and other places. Do we really need a fortress level that high for protection? Let's begin. So get well soon, son. I know you are a pretender, and I would put you in the army, but however, you would be of trouble. Theban fortunes are rising. Over time, our kingdom has achieved both greater wealth and power. Traditionally, we relied on the ability, valor, and dignity of our ancient and honorable families. But with rising fortune, there is also ample opportunity for new men of quality to rise beyond their birthright. Some families have to a greater degree than others achieved power and influence in our kingdom. Perhaps there is room for one of them to leave a lasting legacy among the Theban elite. Theban elites. Let's see. Ah, the general. You served us well. You're the prominent man. You stand out. So, it could be the Timid. Timid. Or will it be him, the one with high finesse, son of a researcher, competes in the Olympic Games, representing Thebes plenty of times. Or will it be Hipparchus Catisclid? which I'm familiar with that name, who is reckless, arrogant, wise, and suspicious. The real question is, who's the most loyal? He wins out here. Look at his corruption. Sosistratos, in my head. You are the winner. And please don't hurt us. So, Timaeus becomes a prominent family in Thebes. As the new head of the family, he will take on a number of minor characters as clients. Okay, what do you need? You got your one job. This is the family head. Would you like to be my physician? Yeah, you got too much, so we're kicking him out. Here you go. Hope you like your new job. Which, again, based on our military, we only have 10 cohorts, no navy. We don't plan on building a navy anytime soon. There's no reason for it, because our main focus is mainland Greece, not beyond there or its islands yet, or even Crete for that matter. Not important yet. Athens, Celtic League, Goten. Well, actually, we do have a cast spell against Crete. How do you like that? But here's one problem. Roads. Rhodian Revolt. Roads. Roads. And a Rhodian Revolt is allied with Ionia, Nodos, and Halicarnassus. Wait a minute. What? They lost their subjects too? Ionia's free? I think it might have been a peace deal between either Egypt or Seleucid, where one, it's like, yes, they'll gain territories, but you must also release some subjects, and they did. Wow. Halicarnassus and Ionia are free nations. I admire them very much. Of course, still a feudatory for Egypt. Oh, and them too. Wow. And do not forget Little Athens. What's left of them. Again, they do not like us because of aggressive expansion, which will go down, alright? Hope we hear from the other Greek states soon, if they wish to join Thebes as feudatories. If not, then you're next. That was quick. At least you're the man of the job, even though you are a sarcastic and narrow-minded man. Alright. Put my charisma up. And marble. More tyranny reduction. Response. Our diplomatic efforts are over, with our most charismatic delegates being dispatched across Greece to try to convince the Hellenes of our leadership qualities. The arguments Hippostratos found some success, which received a pledge of support from the downtrodden cities. This is more than we hoped for. Patrai, right next door, becomes a feudatory of Thebes. Welcome aboard. He's one of the Achaeans. So they pay us 3 manpower a month. And they get to join us in future conflicts. Good support group to have on our route to go down on the Peloponnese. This new zone of conflict eventually. And we'll accept any offers of trade. And now, we make it clear that regardless of a soldier's origin city, the armies of Thebes will welcome any Hellenic volunteers to ready to fight against the enemies of Greece and protect their borders. We'll spend another 100. And we'll get more national manpower and tribute income. All Hellenistic feudatories will receive less manpower and less loyalty to the overlord. Okay, give it a moment. Because they haven't got their full loyalty yet, hasn't registered, it just got in. Wait for a month. Here it is. Okay. Grip tightens. The need for soldiers to serve in the Hellenic armies and protect the borders and interests all of Greece has never been greater. Now our politicians put forward a suggestion to better integrate our brother cities into our military to ensure a steady supply of recruits. The safety of Greece requires it. Can you imagine that it's the Thebans that actually unite Greece? Guess Messenia is becoming a bit of a threat to us. You got until the end of the year. So we have Athena, Delphi, Thebes. All we need is Corinthos and Sparta if we wish to continue. Huh? Oh, yes. Has at least 6 feudatories, which, well, they're all a bunch of little city-states, which it's going to take a lot of convincing. Basileus Hippostratus has completed legislation that will demand larger contributions of manpower from our Hellenic subject state. They may not like it, but it is for their own good and the Greeks everywhere. It's merely a price of freedom. 65 a month, I like that. Though the balance tends to vary. So all that tyranny is why the slaves are unhappy. And also the aggressive expansion. This changes by 0.10 a month. What's your main import, by the way? Fish. Great. As I said, we are exhausted and not ready for war, but Macedon is our, what I call, insurance policy. Those pirates are going to be problems. I would put him in the army, but you know, the new head of the family, I don't think he'll like it. I mean, honestly, I wish you were the next Basileus, not him. We're advancing fast on attack, ain't we? Both of allegiance cost. This is what we need. But just wait, alright? Oh, by the way, here in Thebes, it's 5, 5 to 6. Rome is slightly behind. They're way behind. Oh boy, here we go, more talent. One of our soldiers has a reputation of a man blessed by the god of war himself, fighting with a frenzy like any other. Some of our soldiers question why he has not been promoted after all his heroic deeds during war, while others treat him like some sort of demigod. Look, man, we have him, and we have my son, and there's this man. Do we need more talent? Look, we already got our good collection of potential commanders and future admirals if we were ever to build our own navy. So, 60 months, that's... You know what? Come on in. Let's see who this man is. Asandros. That's him. Brave and aggressive. Stick around. They need you for services in the future. Speaking of the prison, you know what? Go ahead and imprison the rest. Enslave the rest, I should say, because a higher tyranny adds up to aggressive expansion change lowered, is it not? Curious. I did not pay attention to that. Sorry about all this. I'm a benevolent man. Actually, he does. Well then. Every single one of them. He'll still be loyal to me regardless. We should do this more often. Anyways. We need some buildings. A mill for more slaves. Starting to get a bit populated here, so and an aqueduct. Manpower and taxel forum as well. Food capacity is fine. What else? Yeah, that too, for the hell of it. Needed a mill just for the slave happiness. And mind you, despite the fact that we're all Hellenistic, and yeah, we're an integrated culture, but the second biggest minority in terms of number of populations. Matter of fact, Athenians outnumber us Phoenicians, so if you leave them unintegrated, well then, those people here, though they seem happy, but not so much for the slave. Also, relocate. They'll come back around. Nodding my head. This is where the population should be centered at. And obviously, Athens is higher civilization value than here in Thebes. 43 years old. Merciful, wise, preferred heir. Isn't there a way where I can ditch him and choose him instead? And I notice demand oath of allegiance. Outcast of ruling family. Primary area of attraction. Stability's fine, so. Raised taxes. Trade with Rome. Wants my iron. Military access. Asiatic revolt. Miletus. Both. So Crete is divided. About to be a civil war. It would be nice if we can build a navy. At least just a small navy, like mostly Liburnians with a few trireme escorts. Transport our army across and take over all of Crete. More cities, more economy, more pops. Simple as that. $14,000 manpower. It's starting to come around now. Athens, Sparta, Epidaurus, Byzantium. So they're losing its grip here. Oh dear. Zakynthos has been unpopulated. They don't exist anymore. Now, Messenia is becoming a bit of a threat to our interest. They do have a casus belli on us. So it seems they have their ambitions. I mean, after all, they're like the money. Really? The Spartans were defeated by Peloponnese of Thebes, that's us, long ago. He founded the city of Messenia and gave it to the Helots. They've always been a main population group in both Laconia and Messenia, where for centuries they were slaves under Sparta. As a free nation, they could finally benefit from their own hard work. As a free nation, they will always never forget they were once slaves under Sparta and forcibly burned their guard against those with slaves. Again, that's what they say. And I'm sure the Spartans want that back, but you know, they could be reasoned with. I mean, they'd be a hell of a... You know. And we know you got your little Civil War business, but if we can just increase the influence here. But that'd be hard for them to convince. No, none of them. Very hard to convince. Shoot. Allied with Rome. I hate for them to attack us. If they did, this will be a struggle. What are you doing? Diadochi. To take this island. Here. That's what Macedon wants, right? And actually this as a whole. Hope we don't get dragged into it. I mean, I'll accept the offer, but I ain't coming over there. They're on their way, so it just started. We are not ready for that kind of aggression. Yes. Whenever we want to, we can take Crete. But, defensive league. That's a hell of a defensive league they put together. Yeah. Can't beat that. I'll give them credit. So I guess the Peloponnese focus it is. Oh no. So again, it's Thrace mainly, which they do have a navy. On their side is Byzantion, Bithynia, and a little Athenian revolt. They're allied with Athens proper. We'll accept, but I ain't coming over there. At least we're trading with Phrygia again. I mean, Antigone Kingdom. Sorry, habit. Rewatched some of my older episodes. At least we're trading partners again. Who are you assassinating? You ain't got the guts. Look, ideally, when we get up to, say, at least 10,000 manpower, that's when I will consider to be war ready. And if I was to spend my money to increase the size, I will have at least 2 more heavy infantry and introduce light cavalry. At least 2. And then we'll create a second army. And as we expand further, then that's where we'll introduce the navy. It seems the Antigonids want to maintain a presence in Greece by building that fortress. I'm sure they'll probably send a small garrison over there. Garrisoning force. Keep an eye on them. They're going to be a threat in the future. Whenever Rome wishes to break the alliance. Unless Rome's got other ideas, then we'll consider taking them on. Okay. Where is it? It reduces tyranny. You mean aggressive expansion? Here it is. I got a job for you. No, you misspelled. Eproxenos. That's up there, you moron. Plus, that's my primary arrow. But he's very loyal, so. I mean, he ain't gonna be general anytime soon. Again, needed a better help. Don't take it against me, alright? Just shifting the board. Who controls what? If I see Thracian soldiers on my property, well, we're gonna up our army maintenance, and I am going to kick them out of there. Give me a moment. My head is turning away. I'm looking at something else. Give me a sec. I'm looking something up real quick. Okay. The last of the silver shields. Again, how many are there? 280 BC, and how old is this son of a beeswax? 65 years old. He's incapable. He's selfish. Oh dear. Hate to have him around. But he's disciplined. I don't want somebody like him, so he'll be welcomed. Reluctantly. He came from Azania, next door neighbor. Reinforcements are going up due to the population increase here. Send them out. So this will go down faster. As I said, love to have as a feudatory. Hold on. Let's improve relations, shall we? And I may even send him a gift. Because I want him to be my feudatory. So I can free up a diplomacy slot. So I can make more potential alliances. Particularly somebody in the Peloponnese. Euphema inspires the army. That's my wife. Morale was beginning to waver at the camp. When Euphema stood up before the assembled soldiers and gave an inspirational speech, she convinced all who were present that the odds of battle were on their side, using her extensive knowledge of military tactics. When the soldiers marched the next day, they did so with confidence that their victory was assured. Inspirational. Despite your lack of martial, but thank you. Glad the Queen Consort made it so. How's that? It's going to take a while, so we'll come back to it. The max is 200, mind you, so there could be a chance. There could be a chance. Making a lot of good money, thanks to all the commerce and taxes. Build an aqueduct over there too. Yeah, go on a tour in all these cities and check what needs to be important. Especially when it comes to manpower. Give me 2 training camps. This is military city right there. There's 3 buildings available. 2 out of 3. Give me a forum. And here, nothing much going on. Give me citizens. And that's all I got. We're just making improvements here. And that's the city of utmost importance. That's where, you know, the food comes from. Heck, we'll maybe even put a granary in Thebes as a second, in case, you know, that city were to fall in the future conflict when it turns against us. From Emporia. Okay, no, don't spend any more. So this is where our second granary in Boeotia is going to come from. They say Boeotia is a foreign... No, excuse me, a fertile land. I know I have a habit of saying Macedonian Byzantium. Oh, revolt. Completely unrelated. As I was saying, Boeotia, Boeotian, I don't know what's the correct pronunciation. But our economy is looking good. If we can expand to a little bit more land, then we may consider building up a navy. What are your chances? You're not going to kill that man. You're going to hurt yourself. Reckless. Yes, you are reckless. It's a reference. Yeah, a new defensive league of free nations. So, from now on, Messenia is the greatest threat to known. We don't have a cast spell against them, so... Oh dear. We're gonna take on the entire damn Peloponnesian League, defensive league of sorts. Well, which one's not in the league? They're scared of me. So they respond to the resurgence of Theban, and they decide to, well, take up a defensive league. They're scared. Troyzen is not in that league. They are, but not this one. They want to expand up there. Troyzen is thinking. It's like if we were to expand somewhere, there's almost nothing going on over there. These are all just settlements. Also, you should pay more attention to settlements if you're going to invest more money. Because Syria has forces. We have a mine here. Oh, I forgot the city of the Thespians. Yeah, there's a lot of nothing going on. You want to increase its economy? Well, you better start building farmlands. Especially here. Perhaps you should save your money on those that increase the economy. You got your manpower, but what you need is a better economy. So, in conclusion, they formed a Peloponnesian defensive league against Thebes. Another capital import route. Well, get that. Supposed to save our money, but damn it, I don't want to pass up this opportunity. More olives. The entire country gets more national slave happiness. So they'll cause less problems. Almost there. Here's another way. How many friends do I have? Out of 4. Well, start siphoning funds again. I'm gonna need some funds. Because I'm gonna have to befriend him. Because he's a new basilisk, he's young, and he's... yeah. We're getting there. It's access. And that Celtic Civil War ends. The better civil war in the Nest Celtic League has finally come to an end, with the loyal forces of the daughters Figurine utterly crushing the rebel armies of Anaximander Lomandros Stratocatus and his scheming cohorts. The siege of Seriphos was the turning point of the war, when loyalist forces stormed the walls successfully despite horrific casualties. The outcome of this war is largely irrelevant to us, as we do not consider the Nesiotic League as either a friend or enemy. Nevertheless, we ought to be careful, not that their nation's on track to recovery. But remember, they're all in this together. Guess you guys are winning. No, you're not. Shrine attack. Some of the followers of Titan are asking us for funds to build their shrine near their build a shrine to their goddess in the territory of Ganda, Aetolia. It would certainly be a blessing to the city, as well as a new shrine for the area of people to congregate. Though it's not stated outright, it's implied that lack of reverence and help would turn tide against our nation. We wish some luck finding funds elsewhere. I don't want to have deficit penalties. All I need is to befriend him, so I'll increase the opinion further up even more. Or we can just wait it out. Faster manpower recovery. Oh, I forgot the treasures. Even we got some new ones, some of which are from the mod I mentioned before. Interesting treasures. Mod. Herodotus of Megara is a famous Olympic victor in a trumpet contest, noted for his size, ferocity, and loudness of the trumpet, located here. The Olympic Wraith of Dioxybus. Dioxybus was renowned for his Olympic wrestling victories. He committed suicide after his victory over one of Alexander the Great's soldiers. The body of the king, Akathos, son of Pelops, who established Megara's temples and defenses. Herodotus Scopus, a statue of Podos, Eros, and Meros, carved by sculptor for the temple of Aphrodite and Megara. Vitalis of Delphi. The sky god threw the Omphalos stone from the sky. It fell at Delphi, making it the center of the world. Bronze Athena. A large bronze statue of goddess Athena, originally raised outside of the temple of Athena in Ephesus. Yeah, we acquired a lot of treasures here. A lot of interesting treasures. If only we could, store them in here. Unless you have to turn Thebes into a metropolis. Can you believe that? Thebes, a metropolis? Not enough money. Although corruption's no good to nobody. Isn't there a law somewhere that reduces corruption? Nope. But if we ever get more stability in the future, like say around 60, I would change the law to agnatic cognatic. It's better that way, honestly. Looking at all these, because I'm not used to playing as a monarchy. The last time I played a monarchy was during the Massalian playthrough, when we made the Phocian League a dictatorship. Here's a little stability for you. This would be a tough challenge, you know, fighting against Messenia. Or any of them for that matter. Maybe fighting against Argos would probably be the best bet. Of course, this one separates from the rest. So I'll probably have to put up a catch until I get a claim. Just for future reference. Argos, Syria, Laconia, and Arcadia. All these areas. So Stratus, Timid, how do you say his last name? For reasons only known to himself, he's begun voicing his opinion in support of Hippostratus whenever the court assembles. Such sycophantic actions may be tiresome, but the voice for is better than a voice against. Oh god, dang it. I'll have to become friends with him. I don't have any more space of friends, but if I was to remove a friend, who is the most worthless one? Who is not in position? Man's got no power base, so... You were a troublemaker once. At least he's got no lower cohorts when he was previously a general. Several nights ago, Youth at Demos was discovering to help himself a sizable quantity of gold from the national treasure. Clearly this is a serious crime, however, there is something to be said for sweeping affairs like this under the carpet. Friend, you did what you just did, but I'm gonna have your ass flogged for this. Get out of here. Would have loved to have some of that money for myself, but I think it's about that time. Almost there. Let's make friends with him, and then he'll become a feudatory subject, further contributing Thebes' manpower. Oh, now he wants state funds. Okay. Not my personal funds, but state funds. Okay. The state has deep pockets. Cracking my knuckles for a future conflict. Macedon, you have won. Applauding to you. Well, again, you're doing this to a fellow ruler, not somebody in court. So the official diplomatic channels offers many ways to impress and show our respect for Counterstratus. And I'm gonna have a diplomatic envoy is perhaps most obvious, bringing gifts and publicly expressing our desire for friendship. We could also send a religious delegate to tour the temples of his country, or attempt to win favor with him with the choice of imposing solidarity. Okay. Send a lavish religious delegation. Perhaps this is how we make feudatory subjects. Instead of using words of harshfulness, use wise words. Like my son's wife, who is both an orator and a silver tongue, which all I could say is that woman has mastered the power of persuasion. Whatever she does, or whatever she wants, she gets it. Anyways, A previously unknown gladiator has recently risen to great prominence in the arena, drawing huge crowds and by all accounts putting on a peerless show, and a man is causing quite a stir. Selling out packed arenas, securing fish sauce sponsorships, and netting gamblers vast sums of money. Sending the fighter's show on a tour to the court of him before he inevitably gets himself killed. Could be an easy way to integrate ourselves. Send a man to serve as his personal bodyguard. Better be friends, damn it. You're gonna join us. Think of the benefits of a united Greece under Thebes. $75 a month. Alright. Well, they're at war right now, but in the meantime. Where's your little revolt? Oh, this area? Have you sent your navy your way? Not yet, but are you going to get on board and deal with this mess? Well, are you? White peace. There cannot be war without violence. Okay, come in. Friend ruler. We can make him a tributary state, but no, I want that to become feudatory, and it is possible we can get there. I'll even send you another gift of gold. This'll do. For more siege ability. Our officials in the province of Attica report that they've been approached by some petty landowners in the area with donations of grain and other fare for the use of the state. Whether they were unable to sell themselves or just model citizens, extra grain is always useful, though it has not been satisfactorily decided how the windfall should be deployed. Is the loyalty going up in Attica? Yes. Adding a little bit of tyranny doesn't hurt, but aggressive expansion being lowered slowly but surely. Does it need tyranny? Or just pick up some money. Pick it up. About to spend it on that anyway. So enact the law costs reduce stability and less cost for political influence. So I would love to switch it to agnatic cognatic. If we can get our stability up to 60 at least. He was the head of the family. What are you good at? Well, he'll do fine. Either that or pick the younger one. They're both similar. I'll pick the one slightly less loyal. Do not screw it up. Oh, I didn't pay attention to her. Epileptic. I ought to get rid of the corruption. But is there a way to? I don't know. Anyways. is that ideally, once we get up to 10,000 manpower, spend it on the increased size of heavy infantry and get 2 cohorts worth of light cavalry. Then that's when I would be considered war ready. Buildings at the max. Needs another aqueduct. Allied with the Untitled Kingdom. I guess I don't mind them having working together. So I could focus on Greek matters. Like Athena. But if we could get rid of our aggressive expansion... Actually, there is a way. And I keep forgetting about this. We have a neutral stance. We don't need that. What we need is to get rid... Yes. Aggressive expansion to kick faster. Appeasing stance. Ah, here it is. Fertility status. Good on ya. Frees up our slot. So we can make more potential alliances from, I don't know, down south? Knowing who we're up against in the future. Say, like, wanna get together? Or even them. Like, if only we could conspire against them. Get them off of that defensive league. This Aegean league you've got there. I mean, alliance is one thing, right? And which is adds to the warming of relations. And then as you go up, then you go up that character's opinion, and it may eventually lead to another feudatory status. Yes. Like them, like we have issues with them. But I don't want to fight against them. I would rather have them come in. And plus, they're the most likely to ally. Which we can do that, for starters. So, we are allied now. That's a start. Now I have to get them in a feudatory status. Once the diplomat comes in. We just have to be more diplomatic. We're regional power now. And we want all remaining city-states or local powers to join Thebes. Because we cannot do this alone. So I'm going on a charm offensive. That's what this is. In this time of peace, this is a charm offensive. They will not participate in any more of Macedon's wars. I'm sure the more I would gain friends, then I'm sure this will probably concern Macedon in the long run. Okay, who likes us the least? So now we're getting our aggressive expansion down a little faster. If only I had some tyranny. We have them. We have them. Possibly them soon. But the Nesiotic League. Yes, I know about these two. That's just, those are the potential enemies that we have against. Here it is. Okay. These are the ones I believe. I don't think they're gonna resist. And they will resist, what I mean. Because they're in this together. People. Anyways, the next Celtic League, yeah. Do have a castle spell against them, do I? No, what you mean is against us. Thebes included. Somewhere. Yes. They'll never go for us. Probably another place we could influence. The Arcadians down there. They like us least. They like us the least, so these areas could be coming our way. Much like I'm trying to do the same thing for them. But it's going to take a lot of convincing. Also, I don't think we need friends anymore. Like, I don't need to be your friend. I did this to you so I can get you in. And now you're in. I'm gonna give you a chance. They say you are brave and aggressive. Well, show us. Show us what you got. Oh dear, the Pretender. I don't think it's a good idea. I'll just give it to some old guy who no one cares. Damodamas the Explorer. Mist, raging weather, and violent seas. A patchwork of exotic craftsmen. A patchwork ship of exotic craftsmanship has pulled into the port of Skiros. Aboard a crude hailing from far-flung lands, bears gaze out upon our modest harbor with fully disguised wonder. After a brief delay, a lone sailor emerges, speaks in perfect aviation, espousing his gratitude that we let him dock without trouble or suspicion. He gives his name as Damodamas of Miletus, an explorer of some experience who is sent forth by his liege to discover more about the world at large. He regales us with tales of Scythia and Bactria, as well as the mystery lands far to the east. And he begs our leave to restock his small fleet with galley slaves in return for a vow which he claims was revered as holy by a forgotten people. Most welcome offer. Alright. Ancient fertility figurine. This swollen statue is crafted of clay and depicts a woman, a vast woman blessed with years of bountiful harvest and adoration of her long dead worshippers. Okay, stop being friends now. As I said before, going on a charm offensive with this man. Get him to be his feudatory status while lowering our aggressive expansion so we have a better chance to get him and then one of these two. Whatever is the outcome. Cyrenaica, what are you up to? Cyrenaica and Egyptian war. It's probably correct. Damn, none of us. Brother of Peloponnese. That's look at his father. So, dang, he produced a lot of children. Well, who's the? Oh, he's been dead for a while. So. Brother of the Basilisk, brother of the sisters, brother of the Basilisk. Who is the Basilisk of Egypt? Ptolemaeus the Second. Guy. A lot of Ptolemaeus. It's a thing down there. We tried improving relations with them. But it's not to be, but with them next door, despite the disconnections, this may work. Just give it time. Yeah, remember what we said earlier? That you should be building settlement buildings. Food producing trade goods or something of that nature. Or slave estates, yeah. Need some more of that, so get a slave estate here. There is a mine here, a mine here. Fishing farm. That's a lot of money. Okay, save your money to befriend this man, because we might have to use state funds. Not up to anything. Are you mad? You can't demand tribute to another regional power. That's what we need. Almost to 10,000 manpower, which is exactly what I need to start producing a little more cohorts, and then after expansion, then we'll build a navy. Which again, don't expect any wars to come in this episode. This is a peacetime affair. There has been a lot of work to prepare city games in our capital, Thebes. With only a few days left before it starts, they've started to look. They started to. Slow down, Epistratus. You're getting old. They have started looking to us for some aid in financially supporting them, so it would be even grander than originally planned if we assist them. We are sure to gain some fame among the general populace. Show of support will be appreciated, surely. Revolt. Mind if we help you on this? We know they're part of that damn defensive league. Look, I would love to switch to mercantile stance to make more money, but it's better to do appeasing first. And do bellicose stance when you are about to finish the war and make favorable peace deals. Keep that well in mind. What is Messenia up to? Assisting Athena. Got it. Damn! Why did it back away from us? Up and Athena. Okay. Everyone's gonna get it. Son of a beeswax, slow down. They'll get this fort down in no time. Barbarians invading this area. They may come down to Macedon soon, if they're not careful. Oh dear. Oh my. They have so much money that they could afford mercenaries if they wished to. Tigonids are back with a vengeance. I didn't bother calling Macedon. Where? Oh, it happened up there. It's Genotea. Don't just say negative stuff about them. Yes, they've intervened on this matter. The beating of hooves. In the far-flung lands where wild Scythians ride, there are rumors of war. A bright star has appeared, promising to die a new home amongst the lands to the south. Messengers from all around bring word of preparations in the steppe. We would be wise to consider our situation. Even the stoic Greek kings should fear this threat, and an invasion of the promised magnitude has potential to destabilize the world as we know it. Our eyes shall remain on the horizon. Again, that's happening over there. Don't be concerned with that. Making good money thanks to the trade. Still no contact with Armenia, despite their recent expansions. Two fortresses. They really care about protecting their remnant. Hurry up and end this war. We almost got it. You know what, just to make damn sure. Let's talk. An outspoken critic of Retis like Gurkin. Has seeked refuge in our country for some time. He is a man of no abhorrence. Banished from his own land, he seeks alms and spreads vicious rumors of debauchery and corruption about the court of Retis. This will be an excellent opportunity to get his good books. This wretch has abused our hospitality for too long. Here's some tyranny. This will help lower the aggressive expansion more. Another statue of myself? Okay, you got it. I'm a great man, I know. I am 51, and I'm still doing alright. Here you go. Almost there. Are you sure they're winning? Because you haven't taken a damn thing. Send a lavish religious delegation. This should work. Even if we have to wait for the maximum improvement. efforts to encourage a friendship between Hippostratus and Aretas of Phaedon. Here it is. Another feudatory. Sucker. Okay. Now, these are a problem because I actually have a casus belli against Epidaurus because Argos and Sparta are all in this together. Like, if we were to fight them, good, but I think that's going to be our next conflict. Now, we can walk through Macedon. We have access with Stamphalia. Then we can enter Argos, conquer them, then run into Sparta. We can knock the rest down. But we're still not quite ready for war yet, but we're going to get a lot of manpower recovery thanks to these subjects. So let's start pleasing these two. Which one of you wishes to join us as we continue this charm offensive? Maybe Azania. It's a given. Again, they're part of that defensive league. This is how we're going to take down the defensive league. As I stated before, a charm offensive. I have a way with words. So we're officially allies now. That's a start. Yes, we had a violent past, but now we are trying to work together. Because we don't see each other as Boeotians, Athenians, Argives, Arcadians, Achaeans. All of you are Greeks. Get that through your heads. And let's speak one more for this episode. Not all of them are going to join us. It's these two here are the troublemakers. They wish to see that this... More of this. 86 a month. Thanks to these subjects. Oh, Parthian hordes. Sensing a moment of weakness, the hordes of Parthian wastes have descended upon the Seleucid lands as pack of wolves would savage a lamb. The attack came without warning, with Bassus Antiochus being amongst the first casualties, having been touring the border region when the attack came. Seemingly not content with this apocalyptic turn of events, the nobles of the Seleucid realm have turned on one another, squabbling to determine legitimate successor. Will the Titan of the East fall to ruin? Whoa! Declares war. Conquers Seleucia Magna. Strife. Oh dear. Here you go. Seems neither side is going to win. Nodding my head. Send him in. Oh, here he comes again. Damodamus, the expert explorer. Across hill and dale, valley and brook, the expert explorer Damodamus of Miletus has once again made his way to our border. The haggard Macedonian looks every bit the worn traveler. Clad in fraying cloak, easy for me to say, and threadbare sandals, yet a twinkle in his eye tells a wealth of knowledge hidden behind his craggy face. Asking only a small sum this time for his continued travels, Damodamus offers us a beautiful gilt candlestick which he claims to have sourced from a mausoleum belonging to a fallen king beyond the abyss. A most reasonable offer. If it was in a holy site, this would definitely reduce unrest. I got so many treasures, it's coming out of, well, you know, whale fat candles. These candles are said to have originated from the land well beyond the abyss. Must have traveled for leagues to reach the known world. They menaced with spikes of whale fat. If we ever turned Thebes into a metropolis. One of these days. Did the old man just die? Or is there a new... Wait a minute, do you run on Republic? Yes, you do. He's just been elected. Damn it. Well, try again. Just raise funds. But don't worry, we'll get Azania eventually. But it just increased its feudatory negativeness? What the are you talking about? Oh, it start over again. Okay. They have not left their alliance with Rome yet. Waiting for that to break up. So we have 10,000 manpower. Oh, you conquered it. Mind if we have a talk? Because you might do well for us. Still having that big war. They conquered droids then, and even though these two aren't in it together, but how'd you like to be an ally? That's a start. And really, feudatory status already. Sure, for more stability. Speaking of which, hang on. We're gonna do this last act for this episode. Another feudatory. How many should I have? Gotta have at least 6. And I have 4 so far. Yes, feudatories of oligarchic or monarchy. Okay, let's recount that here. This is oligarchic, 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 oligarchic. Keep an eye on that. If you see any oligarchs, befriend them. Okay, I'm going to change the law here. Last act of this episode. This will cause a stability drop, but not too much. Now it's agnatic cognatic. The principle of cognatic succession is to allow female children of the monarch to succeed to the throne, if there are no valid male heirs. This can affect the perceived legitimacy of a dynasty, but will greatly decrease the chances of a failed succession. So there you go. So we got them. Since in relative close proximity. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna cut this episode short here compared to, last episode, which was 2 hours long, which I didn't know. So, in the next episode, we will continue on this charm offensive to the Peloponnese. We were thinking of fighting a war there, but don't worry, there will be war. It's going to be against Argos and Sparta, and little Epidaurus as well, because we do have a cast spell against them, because they're all in this together. So be careful who you pick and choose, alright? As I said, they're all in this together. They're in this little defensive league on this side of the Peloponnese. And also we'll save up our money and get ready to increase the size of our army, which we will be ready to go on the next offensive. First, it'll be a charm offensive, as Hippostratus will continue his rule, his benevolent rule in newly grown Thebes, while Macedon is dealing with a... well, not them. They haven't entered the borders yet. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little... well, this is the first time that in Imperator Rome, at least what it feels like to me, because it's been a while since I did a series, where no war. I mean, sure, there was one I joined, but I didn't send anybody up there, because it's not worth it. We're still in a recovery period, which we've recovered nicely. And during the recovery period, while we switch to the peasing stance while lowering the aggressive expansion, be making alliances, making friends, and joining Thebes. And so we have multiple feudatories. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, as we say, for the upcoming 4th episode of this Theban mini-series, but I'm being convinced that this may go a bit longer than intended, which I'm okay with. This is exactly how a proud Theban man should be. Continue this great journey to unite all of Greece. Even though one day we would have to fight against the Antigonid and Macedon as well. And go up to Epirus and begin a warming relationship with Rome. I mean, we hope. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, for Thebes, we're all so long for now, and we hope for you to be at peace like how we're doing over here. We wish you peace, ladies and gentlemen, and get well.